Fighters, how we doing now? I'm actually making this video straight off the bat, right? My bloody washing's just gone in. Now, I want to make a video, right, to help as many of you fighters as I possibly can. Now, I'll just introduce myself for, a couple of seconds, just so you know exactly who I am and, how it is that I'm actually helping fighters and how I can help you in this video. So my name is Finn Kenny. I'm a fight nutritionist and I work with some of the best fighters in the entire world. I'll pop some of them on the screen right now so you can see the caliber of the fighters who I've already worked with and who I'm currently working with to this day, okay? Now, when it actually comes to making weight for a fight, okay? Now listen, I help fighters fuel their fight camps, make weight with zero stress and go into every single fight feeling the best they've ever felt. But when it actually comes to making the weight with zero stress, there is a couple of techniques and sort of strategies and methods that you need to use to make life easy for yourself, okay? Now, it's going to always depend, right, on the type of weigh-in you've got, whether it's a day before weigh-in or a same day weigh-in, all right? Now, what we'll do is we'll first start off with, obviously, this is called a rapid weight descent, okay, or rapid weight loss, all right? Now, a lot of fighters will make the mistake of doing everything at once. So taking all the carbs out, taking all the sodium, eating as little calories as possible, training themselves into the ground. And that just doesn't work. It's too confusing, it's too complicated, and you're just making life hard for yourself, all right? So the actual way to do it is to first start off with around 7 to 10 days before you fight with the initial reduction in carbs in your diet. That's going to get rid of glycogen and water weight, okay? So it's going to be a big part of your body weight, all right? Now, when you do this, you're going to still consume 4 meals a day, but you're going to lower the carbs to around 150 all the way up to 185 grams per day. Now, obviously, the more weight you've got to lose, the further away you'll take them, so 10 days before, and the less carbs you'll eat, okay? So you do that, and then you'll eat in a kind of slight calorie deficit, maybe 200, 350, and you'll make up the rest of the calories from fats and protein to obviously replace the carbs, and then you just include the carbs like sweets, your rice cakes, bananas, things like that, close to your training so you've got the energy, all right? Now, you'll do that, you keep your steps high, keep your training volume high and everything like that. Check your weight. Now, ideally, right, and I'm going to explain this for a day before weigh-in actually, okay? Now, ideally, when you get to fight week, so let's say, for example, the weigh-in's on the Friday and the fight's the Saturday, you want to be Monday on the week of the fight, maximum 3 to 4 kilograms above your fighting weight. And you've already depleted most of the carbs and the glycogen, okay? So then what you want to do is you want to make some more changes to your diet on the Monday of the week of the fight. Lower the carbs even more, you're talking 50, all the way up to 80, 85 grams. Again, the more weight you've got to cut, the less you'll eat, all right? So you do that. Then what you're going to do is, the next day, on the Tuesday, you're going to keep the carbs as they are, 4 meals a day, low weight meals, so foods that you can have a high amount of calories, but a low amount of weight, things like peanut butter, oils, fatty cuts of meats, okay, avocados, good. But you're going to remove the fibre from your diet, okay? So 10 grams per day is what you're going to want to aim for, right? Now, fibre will remain in your digestive tracts for a number of days, right? So your body don't actually digest fibre, so it's important to get rid of it. So no vegetables, oats, high fibre carbs, fruits, things like that, take them out, okay? Now, what you're also going to do is, then, let's say, for example, you get to the Wednesday, the weigh-in's on a Friday, you're going to then remove the salt and the sodium from your diet, so no seasonings, and you're going to have your salt and sodium intake around 500 to 1,000 milligrams a day, all right? Now, doing that, you're going to see a massive decrease in your body weight on the scale, right? So you're going to be getting rid of that water weight while still keeping your calories at a maintenance level. A lot of fighters think that when you're cutting weight, you need to lower your calories, but you don't. You need to change the nutrition that you're uptaking, all right? Because you're trying to manipulate body water and keep your weight low and not lose body fat. There just simply isn't enough time, right? So you do that, and then the right way to actually then make the weight is through dehydration. So we've got active and passive sweating methods. We'll do this the day before and the remainder on the morning of the weigh-in. Now, you don't want to leave it all till the morning of the weigh-in where you're stressing and you're panicking. And same goes for the night before. You don't want to be cutting all the weight on the night before where you're going to bed dehydrated and depleted for too long a period of time. So split it up between the day before and a little bit on the morning of the weigh-in, okay? So you can space it out and you don't fuck yourself up you don't fuck yourself up too much, right? The idea is you keep yourself minimally dehydrated and depleted, so as little time as you possibly can, all right? So what you can do is active methods, so things that involve movement, and passive methods, right? So things that don't involve movement. So you've got things such as passive, you've got hot baths, towel wraps, the sauna. Active could be like, maybe light pad work, skipping, cycling machine, things like that. Ideally, you want to be doing the hot baths and the saunas with the towel wraps, okay? So you do that, and then that's how you make the weight. you dehydrate until you get to your fighting weight, then you rehydrate, place 150% of the fluid you lost, replace 10 to 12 grams of carbs for every kilogram of body weight, hydrate on fight day, and then load up with around 6 to 8 grams of carbs for every kilogram of body weight on fight week. So that's exactly how you would make weight with zero stress for a day before weighing. Okay, now listen, if you like this information and you want to know more about fueling fight camps, making weight with zero stress, and going into every single fight being the best you possibly can, don't forget to follow me on social media and subscribe to my YouTube channel.